Observations about the jury trial being less and less applicable to cases is one that I part company with the Chief Justice on. I think that a fundamental part of our democracy is trial by jury. I think serious cases should be tried by jury. And I'd invite Dr. Barnett to respond to this statement I'm going to make. What if you have a prime minister who has gotten totally out of line and decides to appoint a chief justice and DPP, and at the behest of the DPP, at the prime minister rather, the DPP causes the opponents of that prime minister to be arrested, and then he's tried, that person arrested is tried by the Chief Justice of the Prime Minister's choice. I think that the only buffer against that is trial by jury.
Good day, my wonderful friends. It's me again, the great, one more great countryman. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click on another video. Now, this is something I'm very much in tune with, and I totally disagree with judge alone trial. When you have judge alone trial, they're eroding the rights of citizens, because like the man explained earlier, if anything goes on, the prime minister and him cronies them are people of power can have a lock on the judicial system, and judicial system should be separate from government. Now, I am going to play another clip of Mr. Bert Samuels, and then I'm also going to play a clip of the National Security Minister, because he said he supports judge only trial. Let me repeat that. Chang said that he supports judge-only trial, the National Security Minister, and I think they're erasing our fundamental rights in a democracy.
To preserve a democracy, we can't just use expediency in the justice system. It must be fundamental principles. I just add that I think that the trial by jury should be a fundamental right for serious offences. The Charter of Rights does not include that, but I think that we've learned from our own history. Paul Bogle was not tried by a jury of his peers, and we know what happened there, that he was targeted by the head of state and tried by his selected judges. I look at it in a very wide way, and I think to preserve our democracy, we should not cause trial by jury to go away. It's a buffer against the state.
Now, I am trying to understand who erased trial by jury. Is it from the legislation, the government, or was it some kind of cooked up policy? I mean, these things, we as citizens of Jamaica should be voting on these things in a referendum, and these are the things I'm talking about. Now I'm going to play the response from Chang, who said that he supports judge-only trial.
It's a small country. It was a big challenge protecting two witnesses. The idea of keeping a jury of 12 or 9, whatever the team was suspected about. 11 Jamaicans selected to sit in that court for over a year, and they allowed some level of freedom of movement. It's not physically possible to protect them. So the safety has been the dominant feature, because justice has intrinsic expense, and we cannot shrink on that. But the safety is paramount. I am supportive of judge alone. Quite frankly, it is, we listen to this case quite with a lot of almost with intrigue, because our kind of people transmit today enthralled by what is happening. From the original 53, in fact, it was 33, it was 53 was apprehended. I don't think there's any doubt that many of those people are associated with the gang. What they couldn't put together is all the required evidence at that one time. And in our society of informed with culture, if you put juries to oversee trials of 30, 40 gangs, I'm not sure where in Jamaica you'll get those juries from.
Pretty much what Chang said right there, so he dropped the ball, because he's saying that as National Security Minister, Jamaica is a small country and they had a problem protecting 2 witnesses, much less protecting 11 jury member to sit down in a courthouse for nearly a year. Now, that coming from a national security minister, it's very shocking to me. The thing is, they need to spend the money and put these things in place. Like in America, Canada, and other places, you have the US Marshals. They're in charge of witness protection. That has nothing to do with FBI. That has nothing to do with Secret Service. That has nothing to do with CIA. That has nothing to do with regular police. So, what Jamaica needs to do, and I've been saying this, we need to get our system upgraded and up to date. You can't have a police force of 7,000 and it's just one police force. Each place should have their own police. Indicom should be like FBI. Then Indicom is really like internal affairs, but they're not actually police. It's really crazy. So what I'm saying is they need to spend the money into the infrastructure and protect the citizen. Yo, jury trial is a fundamental rights of every Jamaican. And for us to abolish jury trial, that's a big issue, I'm telling you. That right there, the judge and the police and the prosecutor can be friends and they can set everybody and send everybody a prison and do what they want to do. The judiciary should be independent. Now, I do support judge only, but in a different sense. For example, this gang legislation, it should be more like, you see how the US, them have Guantanamo Bay and Odessa, them send the terrorists and them have a military trial. So these guys should have a special trial away from the public. You understand? They should have something like a military court for these super gang members. And that's what they should have written into the legislation. So the US used the Patriot Act. And with the Patriot Act, that allows them to cross the line for national security. And then with that, then they can deal with that situation different. So like for example, black man them, they shouldn't be housed in a regular prison. They should have been in a secret location, a secret prison built just for them. You understand? And deal with it like that, separate from the regular laws. What they're doing right now is using black man fat and the gang fat, and they're frying the whole Jamaica with it. Now I'm gonna play this other attorney, how he feels about judge alone trial, and then I'm gonna come back and talk and wrap it up. But we're treading a dangerous line. From what the security minister sound, Jamaica is really a police state, and that's really what it is.
Jury trials in history has been an important means of curbing excesses by government, because if the government can find some way of getting hold of the legal system, then the citizen is at risk. You see recently what is happening in Israel, which had a very strong rule of law tradition.
That's correct.
You see a particular administration may take a position which results in control of the system.
So do you hear what that lawyer just said and what's going on in Israel? Netanyahu named the prime minister, use the majority and capture the legal system, and it caused a whole heap of problem. Right now, Israel is one of the most unstable democracy on the planet, and it's not because of terrorism. It's because of the internal politics that has been going on with the parties them in Israel. Now, in terms of Jamaica, what we need to do, them did create a gun court. What they should have done is just build on top of that. And gun court should have be gun court and separate from the regular court system. So gun court and murder gang court should be one in terms of separation. So the most serious the crime, you're gonna definitely try in a different realm. And the different realm would be, like I say, like with the US, you have the Patriot Act, which that erodes your constitutional rights if you're doing terrorist act or what is deemed as terrorist act against the state. Meaning that them can pick you up, yasso, in America and bring you go to another country and give you a rendition questioning, meaning them are going to waterboard you. So that's how we need to set up our law, where we know, okay, we're dealing with these gangs. Okay, they're going to be tried separate from civilian. They should never ever be in a regular prison with civilian. They should never ever go through a single jury trial in public. All this should have been dealt with in like a military style. And that would show more credibility. Because now you have Justice Sykes talking about people constitution and all sort of stuff. I'm going to do a video on that. I don't want to stray away from this. But like I'm saying, this is a very serious situation. Last, before I go, what this does, like I said, from the Black Man trial, there's gonna be so much appeal. And these guys, when it goes to the Privy Council, I guarantee some of them will walk free. Because the single judge trial and how this trial was done, it shows that there's some constitutional violation going on, in my opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I am not a jurist. But I am not illiterate. And I am not dumb either. And I've had experience. So what I'm saying is this case with the gang thing, even though it's a president, it's going to open up a lot of appeal. And I think going down a non-jury trial for Jamaica, it's a police state. They need to break up the police force, give each city their own police, each parish have a parish police, and create like the JCF would be like the FBI. So that would give them freedom up so them can work on the more serious crimes. You understand? That's how the system needs to be. What's going on in Jamaica right now, it's not working. So we need to change the system in order for us to really fight crime. We need to be bold. My name is Countryman. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on another video and let me know what you think about this.